Good evening and welcome to St. Louis Park High School for the final home game of the season between your Orioles and the Richfield team. Tonight is also senior night, and we are going to be honoring our seniors as part of the festivities. And I'm just going to turn it over to them and see if we can hear them, making the announcements for each of the girls. If they can, I do have the cheat sheet, and we'll try to fill you in on each of our seniors.
Please welcome number 3, Mara Henderson.
Okay, our first senior up is Abby Olson, number 45. Abby is the daughter of Trish and Kurt Olson. Her basketball sisters and the close relationships they've made is what she'll miss most about SLP basketball. Her advice to underclassmen is, live in the moment because it's all over before you know it. Abby plans on studying design and merchandise at Iowa State University next fall. Good luck, Abby. Our next senior is Autumn Ballesteros, number 32. Autumn is the daughter of Trudy Mix. Autumn has participated in the community service, DECA, and joined the book club as well as the chess club this year. Her favorite quote is, wake up an hour early to have an hour longer, Caribou Coffee. As she won the NROTC Marine Scholarship, she plans on attending Arizona State in the fall. Good luck, Autumn. Our next senior is Skylar Nagorski, number 22. She is the daughter of Dave and Julie Nagorski. Skylar's favorite memory of playing SLP basketball was during traveling basketball. Joel would play the song Chicken Fried during their warm-ups. A memory she will never forget about this team is all the times they'd randomly break out in this song. Sky will attend Gustavus Adolphus College, where she will continue to play basketball and study elementary education. Good luck, Sky. Next is number 24, Addie Mae Perkins. Addie is the daughter of Kathleen and Michael Perkins. Addie played tennis for 3 years and basketball for 4 years. She got most improved in 10th grade and became a captain. Her words of wisdom to underclassmen is, ignore the people who tell you that you can't do something. Do not be afraid of failure. It is better to try your hardest and fall rather than not try at all. She plans on attending the University of St. Thomas in the fall. Good luck to you, Addie Mae. Next up is Amy Schultz, number 12. Amy is the daughter of Kate Anderson and Dan Schultz. She has lettered in soccer, basketball, and lacrosse. She's also a captain for both basketball and lacrosse. If she could go out to dinner with any celebrity after graduation, she would dine with Zac Efron. Amy hasn't decided on a school to attend in the fall, but she plans on playing lacrosse. Good luck, Amy. Next is number 31, Carly Donald. Carly is the daughter of Bill and Denise Donald. Carly has been involved in many activities besides basketball, such as Echowan, choir, soccer, and is a confirmation leader at her church. Her proudest accomplishment at SLP High has been her involvement in 3 sports while being a part of the choir. Her advice to underclassmen is to take advantage of all the opportunities given to you. She plans on attending college in the fall, study nursing, and join the school's choir. Good luck, Carly. Next is senior Lauren Resnick, number 33. Lauren is daughter of Mike and Barry Resnick. Her best memory of playing SLP basketball was shooting 3-pointers after practice with Joel in her socks, waiting for her softball practice to start. If she could go out to dinner with any celebrity after graduation, it would be Justin Timberlake. In the fall, she plans on attending college but has not decided where. Good luck, Lauren. And last, but certainly not least, the senior Caitlin Ederer. Caitlin is the daughter of Lynn Jeffrey and Todd Ederer. She started playing basketball at the age of 7, and her best memory of playing was her first varsity game as a freshman. Kate said she will miss her team and the memories they have most of all. Her best advice to underclassmen is, keep your grades up no matter what. Kate plans on studying special education at a school yet to be determined. Good luck, Caitlin.
for the senior members of the St. Louis Park girls basketball team. The first round of basketball has 18 members as the regular season concludes tonight against the Richfield Spartans.
Good job, but that was Mara Henderson, our resident junior, giving all the details on the girls. And for those of you familiar with St. Louis Park basketball, you'll notice that this grade is quite a bit larger than most of our other senior nights. And I think that's a true testament to one of their coaches in traveling that really inspired them and you know, made this game enjoyable for them, because this is a resilient bunch of girls when you consider that you know, they lost their friend, their coach, due to his passing when they were in 9th grade, and this is their 3rd varsity head coach in the program. But a resilient bunch of girls, great girls. I had the honor of coaching them during one spring and summer, and all good things to say about this group. You know, a couple other little tidbits. You know, Amy Schultz, known as Double Bacon Cheeseburger. Amy Schultz. She also plays soccer, and she's captain of lacrosse. I have Skylar Nagorski, excuse me, and she's going on to play McDestavis, like Mara had said during the thing, and she's going to continue her basketball journey, which is great to see. We got Addie Mae AP Perkins. You know, she's hoops, and she's also a tennis player for the varsity Orioles tennis team. Carly Donald also is a hoops, lacrosse, and soccer player, and she's also the lead singer in the ragtime play or musical that's going on here at the high school. So great job by Carly. Lauren Lorez Resnick. She's a 2-time softball captain, you know, and this is, you know, she's been playing basketball all these years as well. So, and she probably will continue her career on in, you know, and in college for softball. So it'll be fun to watch her. And then finally, Abby Olson, Abs. She's going to go on to attend Iowa State and tap into her artistic side. So best of luck to all these girls. Like I said, this is a great group of girls, and a very resilient group of girls, and I'm looking forward to you know, seeing them develop, you know, as they get on from high school. So at this time, welcome back our resident senior dad and announcer, Mike Resnick.
Thank you, and what a night it is. Very bittersweet. So we want to thank you guys for joining us here at St. Louis Park Senior High School, where tonight the Lady Orioles are hosting the Spartans from Richfield. And we'll get into more of the breakdown here after a brief break from our sponsor, and we'll fill you in there. So thanks for stopping by, and look forward to exciting St. Louis Park girls basketball here on ParkTV 16.
Engine.
Check.
Thrusters.
Check.
Fuel.
Check.
Computers.
Check.
Social Security.
No check, go direct.
That's right, Patty. A few weeks ago, I went online to godirect.org to sign up for direct deposit. It's easy to do, and I got my cash at warp speed.
Wow, it's fast and easy. I'll sign up right now to make sure I'm prepared for our next mission.
Good evening and welcome to ParkTV 16th broadcast of St. Louis Park girls basketball. I'm Mike Resnick, and joining me tonight is Chris Bjorgard. We'll have exciting conference action. The St. Louis Park Lady Orioles will be hosting the Lady Spartans from Richfield. Welcome aboard, Chris.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
So it's a couple of fun things tonight. It's senior night. In addition to being the last home game of the season, we've got senior night. And the Orioles, as you saw in the pregame, we're honoring 7 seniors in the program. And as Chris alluded to earlier, it's a bigger group this year, which is nice. These girls stayed together, most of them, since 5th or 6th grade. So really nice to see these girls stick through all of their the controversy and the hardship and heartache that they've gone through over the past 4 or 5 years. And that includes 4 coaches or 3 coaches in 4 years, right?
Yep, 3 coaches.
And just a lot of hard things to go through at an early age, Chris.
Yeah, I agree, and it's a really, I said it, in the pregame, it's a testament to their character. When things get tough, the easy thing to do is just fold up tent and say, this isn't for me anymore. But to their credit, they came into this together and they've stuck it through, and and that says everything about them. And that's really all you would, if you don't know anything else about Park, the Park girls, seniors, that's all you really need to know, and high character kids.
That's a great call out. So this is the second meeting for the Orioles and the Spartans, and in the first meeting, the Spartans took the win there. I'm sorry, I think I've got your stats over there. Here we go. So the final there was the Spartans 75 and the Orioles 63. A couple of key notes in that game. We had Lorraine Maxie Moore was having a very nice game and came down on a fast break and got undercut and landed on her back and really took her out of practice and play for at least 2 to 2.5 weeks. And even with that, she had 13 points going into that. Skylar led the way with 15, and she had 10 rebounds. So a nice game for Skylar. She actually shot 100% from the free throw line and 63% from the field. So really a nice job as the Spartan team has 3 bigger girls, 3 all very athletic, active girls. Tonight, one of those girls is hurt, and we're gonna find out a little more as the game starts here, Chris.
Yeah, good call out. As with most games, it generally does come down to how well you rebound the ball, and if we can have Skylar repeat that performance, that'll go a long way to hopefully getting a W here tonight. Yeah,
it would be great. One of the things that, and you're hearing some clapping as the Orioles are coming onto the floor here. A lot of fun tonight. The shooting percentage that the Orioles had, and 50% from the field against Richfield is very good, as they've been averaging around 40%. So that night they shot the ball really well. Unfortunately, they just didn't get enough to drop. So tonight will be fun to see how they match up. Again, it's senior night, and we should have a lot of fun here. We've got about 1:40 left before the national anthem, and we'll talk a little bit more about the Spartans' win-loss record and the Orioles and the tale of the tape for the 2 schools. Of course, the Orioles playing in the 6AA conference, region, and the Spartans play in the 3AA. So as it stands right now, Chris, it looks like the Orioles, win or lose tonight, are probably going to end up facing the Lady Royals, and these are the Royals from Hopkins, not from Woodbury or Rogers.
Yes, it's one of those unfortunate things, having to go face the Hopkins team. They're good, they're deep, and they're explosive. So that's a tough task.
Yeah, I agree. It's one of my friends is the assistant varsity coach over at Minnetonka, and he said, really the way to beat the Hopkins team is if you can beat their press and keep them off the boards, because they're not a particularly good outside shooting club, but they get a lot of second and third efforts. They really hustle, and the girls move off the ball. So Brian Cosgriff does a nice job. He will press you until they're up 30-3, and then he'll bring it down to a half-court trap press, and he'll still beat you up. So he's got a lot of talent. He usually goes 10 deep in every game, so it'll be a good test for the Lady Orioles. It looks like we're going to have senior Carly Donald sing our national anthem tonight, which is going to be nice. Carly's done it a few times, and she does a great job. Carly, I don't know if Chris, if you mentioned it, but she's actually the lead in the school musical right now called Ragtime. She's missing the performance tonight to play basketball for her senior night, and she'll be back on this weekend. So I actually was there last night. She did a phenomenal job. Really a talented singer. Okay, we're going to take a break here for the national anthem, and we'll be back for the starting lineups.
clearly.
I'll never forget that moment.
As long as I live.
I realized at that moment, when we first saw the damage, these people really needed us. And I was going to make a difference, right here in my community. Together with local responders, we cleared trees and collapsed walls. We had to get to the family trapped beneath. As a citizen soldier, I made a difference.
Be there for your community at NationalGuard.com.
All right, so we're back to St. Louis Park. We're doing our starting lineups right now. We've got Kyla Adams starting for the Lady Spartans, one of the twins tonight. Starting for the Orioles, 6'1" senior Skylar Nagorski. Skylar is committed to Gustavus Adolphus for the fall.
At guard, 5'7" freshman, number 10, Brianna Wenward.
Brianna Wenward, number 10. She is a freshman, 5'7" guard.
5'11" senior, number 45, Abby Olson.
And Abigail Olson, number 45, will be starting tonight at center. Abby's a senior.
Richfield, 5'10" senior, number 22, Kaylee Adams.
And now the other Adams, Kaylee Adams, she's number 22. She's a 5'10" senior as well.
At guard for St. Louis Park, 5'8" senior, number 12, Amy Schultz.
Amy Schultz is starting for the Orioles. Again, senior Amy Schultz, number 12. And we'll see her at the off guard tonight.
5'6" junior, number 23, Tenzin.
Sensing a theme here, Mike. Looks like we might have an all-senior starting lineup.
Well, we'll see. It's usually 3 or 4 for sure, so we'll see what happens tonight. That's number 23 is Tenzin Senga.
5'9" senior, number 24, Addie Mae Perkins.
And Addie Mae Perkins, number 24. She's one of the 5 captains tonight.
Richfield, 5'7" senior, number 33, Katrina Mogren.
And then that's number 33 is Katrina Morgan, or Mogren, excuse me.
5'8" senior, number 33, Lauren Resnick.
And she'll be met by the other 33, 5'8" senior Lauren Resnick.
The Richfield assistant coach is Chris
And now we're going to get the Lady Orioles are going to get in their traditional circle.
Bradford.
And usually this is where Mara and Autumn get the girls all geared up.
Head coach of the Orioles is Brian Massey. The officials for tonight's game are Larry Gessler, Bob Leach, and Joe Paquette. Reminder fans to please stay off the floor at all times.
All right. We've got 3 officials for tonight's game. And you can see the seniors, a nice shot there, all at the circle. It's a nice moment.
Very nice.
So we've got 18 minutes on the clock. Spartans break their huddle. Orioles having one last word from Coach Brian Massey. Brian is in his first year as the head coach of the Lady Orioles. Brian is the JV and the assistant varsity coach for the past 2 years under Coach Tim Senshin. Got some final adjustments of ponytails and headbands and
neckties.
Neckties. Here we go. Here we go. And the Spartans win the tip. There's Adams goes to the middle, and she gets tipped away, and it's Addie Mae Perkins with the steal. This is Amy Schultz into the front court. Schultz looking, someone fell. There's an opening. Resnick goes down quickly to Olson, who's not ready. Adams on the steal, and she looks for her sister, and she throws it too far, and it'll be Oriole basketball. A lot of action so far. It looks like the Spartans are going to line up in a zone press here, Chris.
Yeah, 1-2-1-1. So what they're going to do is they're going to pass it in, and they're going to try to trap the corners. So stay out of the corners, girls.
There it is. There's a quick pass, and that goes to Skylar over to Amy Schultz. Amy gets over the timeline. Amy into the corner. Abby had it, then she gets it tipped away, and that'll be Oriole basketball out. She looked underneath. I think she had Lauren briefly, but didn't catch her. Had a good handle on the ball, Chris.
Yep, she did not see the cutter coming down on that one.
So here comes Resnick. Resnick's looking. No one's moving. There's Schultz. Ooh, almost went over the timeline. Amy's being hawked by Senga. Or excuse me, that was Mogren. Oh, and Resnick gets, So it looks like a travel violation on Orioles. That was Lauren, and now goes back to the Spartans.
All right, let's get a shot up here. We got four possessions to each team, and we got 4 turnovers.
It looks like they're feeling each other out here. We've kind of like a boxing match. Sparring a little bit here. That's number 10 is Weinled. She's helped by Resnick. Oh, and she forces the turnover, and that'll be Oriole basketball. So Resnick pushed her to the left, and she clearly did not want to go there, Chris.
Always feel it out. Feel it out early. Girls always have tendencies, and if you find that early, you force them to their weak, make them prove they can do it.
So Schultz yo-yoing at the top, takes a pick by Skylar, dribbles into the trap. Now she's looking. She gets pinched again. Now they're going to call her for traveling. So as you can see, they are taking advantage of the Orioles' lack of experience at the point guard right now. And typically, Mara would be out there, and so I think they see that. They're going to press a little bit.
And the Orioles are in a 1-3-1 zone defense here.
Quickly go. Oh, and Olsen with the block, and out of bounds off Olsen. Abby got beat, and then she came back and recovered nicely. Here's the replay. You can see Abby goes up. Oh, and might have been a little body, but she was all ball at the top.
Yeah, good timing.
Here's Wineland over to the corner to Adams. Adams long three, she misses, and that's Olsen on the rebound, defensive rebound. Here comes Schultz looking up. She has Resnick in the corner. Resnick takes one dribble. She goes up and gets fouled. I really like that play, Chris. That's the first time that we really pushed the ball up aggressively, and you can see good things happened.
Yeah, whenever you face a press, your goal should be to try to score out of it. That's the quickest way to get a team out of a press is beat it and score quickly on it.
And Resnick uses all of the rim for that one.
Yep, but even if you don't score, you want to press the issue.
Second one, no good, and no rebound there. 33 is Mogren, gets it into the corner. Now Adams underneath goes deep, and that's off. And the other Adams gets the ball, and she goes in. So the Orioles just got a little muscled under there, and now the press is back. And here's Addie Mae Perkins into the corner. She goes to Schultz. Schultz at the free throw line, now over to Skylar Nagorski. Skylar gets it up to Lauren. Lauren's coming on the attack. She finds Olsen. Olsen, one dribble to the right, back out to Schultz from the elbow. Amy misses. Skylar there with the left hand. Oh, beautiful play. For those of you young girls at home, I want you to notice Skylar was on the left side. She picked it up and she put it up with her left hand. Oh, there's Resnick with the tip, and Olsen picks up the steal. Here comes Schultz up to Resnick. She's looking underneath quickly to Skylar. That gets tipped away, but a good idea. I like the way they're pushing it up, Chris.
Yep, push it down the sideline and hit that cutter down the middle. A nice job by Skylar, a rim run. That's what we call that. Just head right for the other rim, and Lauren saw her and just couldn't quite connect.
Yep, it was just maybe a split second late. So Resnick into Olsen. Now that goes to Addie Mae. Addie Mae's looking for Resnick. Now quickly drops it into Olsen. Olsen, a little shake and bake, and it's good! Abigail Olsen with her first 2 of the night. And the Orioles are up 5-2. Here's Mogren. Mogren over to number 23. That's Senga. Senga was the hot shooter the first game. They go to the corner for Adams. Now they're looking around. There's a lot of standing. Resnick pushing her. Here's Adams into Senga. Long three, no good, tipped. And that's going to be over the back. Oh, no, they're going to stay here. Let's take a look, Chris. I think they're calling that on Skylar. No.
Okay, no.
22, and that's on Adams, her first, right?
22, her first, yes.
Yep. So here we go, press break. There's Resnick finds Schultz. Schultz coming in on the left side. And she goes up with the left hand, can't convert. No rebound. Here comes Adams. She's pushing it up the middle. And now she's going deep to Senga. Challenged by Resnick, and Resnick gives her a little That kind of looked like a little forearm shiver. What do you think?
Well, there was some body there. I don't know about the forearm, but there definitely was some contact.
Well, I would say of all of the girls down there, Lauren is probably not one she would have wanted to go up against. So
Yes, I would agree with that.
I can speak from personal experience with her banging me in the driveway. So number 23 is Tenzin Senga. She makes the first of 2. That was Resnick's first fall, team first fall. And she misses the second. Olsen tips it, and that's Schultz with the defensive rebound. She's being pressed by Adams, who tips it out. It's going to be our ball, Oriole basketball. So Resnick into Addie Mae Perkins, goes back to Resnick in the corner. There's Skylar Nagorski. Skylar likes that corner normally from the 3. There, Resnick into Abby. Oh, I think she could have turned on her, Chris. Here's Schultz from 3. That's no good. And no rebound. Here comes Adams, and they're off to the races. It's 3-on-2. Adams coming in strong. Oh, and Skylar takes the charge. A beautiful play. And Chris, this is something that we saw a long time ago, and the last couple of years they really enforced the charge.
Yeah, that was a good call. I don't know if she was there in position, but you know, there was a player clearly out of control, and I think that's the right call.
Yeah, and it looks like the coach is arguing with that because that's the second foul on Adams, and that is Kaylee Adams' second foul, so she's going to find the bench. Here's Resnick in the corner. She finds Abby across the timeline. Now they're stoling it up. Here's AP Perkins over to Cheeseburger. Amy Schultz, they call her Bacon Cheeseburger, and you can probably guess why. There's, at the elbow, here's the keeper play. Skylar on the roll with the right hand, she misses it. There's AP, and she gets fouled. Wow, what excitement. Addie Mae Perkins with the offensive rebound, Chris.
Yeah.
She tried to go up with the left, I think, didn't she?
She did try to go up in the left. The best part about that is she saw the shot going up, and she didn't stand there and be an observer. She crashed the boards and got the weak side rebound.
So what I hear you saying is basketball is not a spectator sport?
It is not a spectator sport.
Okay.
I use that line all the time in my coaching. I'd love to be a participant, and I tell my girls to be a participant, not a spectator when you're on the court.
I like it. So AP misses the first of 2. Here's the second one. Oh, much better. Here we go. She'll like that. And the Lady Orioles are up 6-3. Here's Wineland over to Mogren. Mogren in the corner for Tsenga. Oh, and that's going to be out of bounds. And again, so the Lady Orioles are really throwing a new look here at the Spartans. I don't think the Spartans are ready for this.
Yeah, well,
Amy's
that's their 5th turnover already in the first 5 minutes of the game. So.
Oh, there we go. Look at this. Oh, Amy could have got called over and back. She finds Olsen in the corner, and Abby Olsen with an easy bucket from the corner. That's Abby's first basket of the night. And it was a good recognition from the point guard. Here's Mogren over to Tsenga. She wants 3. Long. Oh, and she hit the side of the backboards. There's Adams. AP cannot contend. And Skylar with her long reach gets it. She finds Schultz. Here comes Schultz. Looking up quickly. There's Resnick. And whoa, what a pass down to Olsen. Oh, what a play.
Good job by our seniors. It's great to see this.
Great recognition. I love the way they're pushing the ball up and very unselfish. That last time down, the ball never touched the floor. Oh, and then Mogren comes back with the 3 of her own. And that'll close the gap, 10-6. Still in the press. Here's Nagorski looking to the middle. There's Resnick. She finds Schultz. Here comes 2-on-2. Amy cuts. Oh, she had Resnick underneath who breaks in, and then she gets fouled. And I think she got fouled by number 10 is Weigman, or Wendland, excuse me. That is, it's on Wendland. And Resnick's going to go back to the charity stripe. That's her second, 15 fouls. So 5 fouls to 1 right now. Lauren off the back of the rim. So now we've got Mara Henderson coming in for AP. Mara's one of the captains this year.
Mara Henderson enters the game for St. Louis Park.
And Resnick will have her second of 2. And she's off the back of the room against Skylar Nagorski with a big rebound. She goes up strong, and Skylar makes the basket. And that's her 4th point of the night. Uh-oh. Oh, here we go. Timeout, Richfield. That'll be a 30. And at the break, at the 12:42 mark, Orioles 12, Spartans 6. It looks like Carly Donald is entering the game. I couldn't tell. Did she go in for Lauren?
I didn't see who she subbed in for.
Okay, it looked like she was going in for Resnick. I think when Lauren was shooting a free throw, she was still at the box. So that usually indicates the substitutions going in for the shooter. So Chris, so far the Orioles have done a nice job breaking the Spartan press. Every time they've gotten through, it seems I'd say 80% of the time they're getting shots.
Yeah, no, they're doing a great job. They're once they get it past that initial front three, they're getting it down court and attacking. And I thought Amy did a nice job the other time. They stopped her penetration. She got to the middle and allowed Lauren to take that left wing and get fouled and eventually go to the foul line. So they're doing a lot of good things out there right now against that press.
Yeah, really interesting. And, I think you pointed out to me before the game when we were at the pregame meal that Richfield doesn't go very deep. I mean, I'm looking at their bench. They only have 3 other girls on their bench, maybe 4. So if they get in foul trouble, it could be for a long night. There's Mogren just walks right through the press. Olsen gets beat underneath by, that's 25 is Kyla Adams. And for the easy bucket. Now they pull the press off, and Mara Henderson is in. So maybe this will change their look a little bit. Mara's been playing point for probably 80% of the season.
So Mike, good call out earlier. You pretty much called it. Whichever team's going to rebound, I think all the points have come basically on offensive rebounds for Richfield.
Yep. There's Schultz missed a little bunny inside. Gave it a little shake and bake. Here comes Mogren. She has somebody underneath, but Skylar tips it away, and that's going to stay on that end for the Spartans. 12:04 left. Orioles up by 4. 12-8 here in beautiful downtown St. Louis Park, Minnesota. This is Tsenga throwing it in. Orioles are in a little bit of a 2-3, it looks like.
5 seconds.
And that's a 5-set. Great call. What defense. And the Lady Orioles are off the bench cheering. It's really exciting to see them engaged, Chris.
Yes. I'm glad that senior night can bring out a certain level of energy.
Do you think this has anything to do with KG coming back and really igniting? Uh-oh, Mars pass gets tipped.
I think it has everything to do with KG.
When we get a break later, that's Henderson on the drive and the basket. We're going to talk about that jersey you've got under that orange fleece of yours. Here's Tseng on the baseline. She dribbles into 2, kicks it back out. That's number 15. She's new. Stoffel goes underneath to Adams. Adams dribbles back to the 3-point line and goes over to Mogren. Mogren looking over for Tsenga. Tsenga's in the corner. Oh, Mogren, she dances in and she gets the basket. Number 33. Is that her first basket of the night or second?
That is her second basket of the night. She had a 3-pointer earlier.
Okay. So Henderson over the timeline. Now they're looking to run something different. Here's Skylar at the top of the key. Oh, Carly Donald wide open.
Shot.
And the basket. Good, Carly Donald. Off the backboard, a beautiful shot. And that puts the Orioles ahead 16-10. Here's Mogren. She finds Senga. That's her corner. You can't leave her there. Rebounded by Schultz. And Schultz pushing it up. Oh, she had Skylar, but it's a little late. Here comes Hondo Henderson. Her friends call her Marmar. Oh, there's on the roll. Look at the pick and roll. And she gets pushed from behind, but no call. There's Olsen. She can't put it in. Another one for Abigail. And Abigail Olsen with the basket. 6 points for Abigail Olsen. And the lead goes to 8. Mogren kicks it back to Adams. Adams with the power drive, and that's going to be out of bounds. And Oriole basketball. You know, Chris, I feel like the Spartans are just a little out of sync right now. It seems like they're playing rushed. And
yep, we pretty much knew that when Kyla got the ball at the free throw line, what she was going to do with that. She had a look of determination on her face, and good job by the Oriole defense forcing a turnover. Yet another one.
There you go. So we've got a new player now. That's Alexis Starr now in, number 5 for the Spartans. Alexis is a 7th grader. There's Schultz on the roll. She finds Olsen at the free throw line. Abigail lights it up again. Abby Olsen, I believe that's 8 points now for Abby. And here's Mogren, dribbles into the corner. She goes baseline. It gets tipped, and they're going to call a foul. I think that's going to be, well, I'm not going to speculate here. I think that's Olsen, yep.
Yep, 45. Abby needed to move her feet there and not reach.
Yeah, so what's the rule there, Chris? Aren't you supposed to step out of bounds when somebody tries to drive baseline if you're on defense?
Yep, you use the baseline or if it's on the sideline, you use that as an extra defender and you just cut it off.
So here's Mogren into, 55 is a new player. Long rebound, there's Abby Olson, and she kicks it over to Mara. Mara's coming in, she's got 3 on 4. Carly Donald into the corner, back out to Henderson. Henderson resets. Henderson over to Schultz. Schultz. There's, oh, nice. She had a shot at the elbow, but gave it up. Now they're working it. They're working a little. Here's Mara wide open from 3. That's a deep 3, and that's good. Henderson from Schultz. 23-10 now. Now that, excuse me. Star picked it up. Now Mogren. Mogren is pinched a little bit, a soft trap. Here's the 7th grader from 3. She can't make it. Oh, and 55 can't make it, and that's Hallow Tyler. And I think they're going to get a foul. Is that going to be on? Yep, I think Abby again. They might have to take her out. 2 now on Olson.
We're going to have to do a better job of boxing out Kyla. That's her, you know, by my records, that's her 4th offensive rebound. She's missed 2 of the putbacks, but she's also got 2 putbacks. So.
Yep. That's a great call out. So the Olsons, Abby Olson now has 2 fouls. Inbounds pass to Mogren, and she gets mugged underneath. I think that's either going to be on AP or Amy Schultz. Let's see what they're looking at. 2-4 should be Addie Mae Perkins. And that's her first foul. And then is that a timeout? Yep, Orioles took a 30-second timeout. So we're at the 9:07 mark here in the first half. Orioles are up 23-10. And so far, Chris, what's working for the Orioles is they're hitting their shots. Initially, they didn't shoot the ball, and now that they're shooting, they're hitting shots, and they're hitting open shots. So that and the teamwork, I like to see. In games past, we've been dribbling way too much, and now they're saving their dribble. They're passing it to the open person. As you saw with the last play, Mara was open. It was a deep 3 for her, but you know, she had time. Her feet were set, and she had a good release. She trusted her form, and it was good.
Yep, exactly. The Richfield is sitting back in a 2-3 zone, and those shots will be there all night because they're not really contesting those at this time.
Yeah, no, you're right. So we've got, this is Hallow Tyler throwing it in. She finds Mogren. Mogren looking for a wide open in the corner, but she's not seeing it. Oh, and then I think Lorraine got her from behind. Maxie Moore now in. She went in for Olson, who was straddled with her 2nd foul. Oh, they gave it to Addie Mae Perkins. That's Addie Mae's 2nd team foul, or 2nd foul, team foul 5. So now the team fouls are evened up as Mogren is on the charity stripe. She makes the first of 2.
Nice form at the line.
Yeah, good ball rotation, right?
Yep, very nice.
Yeah, she didn't have a lot of arc on the ball, but just enough to get it over the front of the rim. So that closes the gap 23-12 in favor of the Orioles. Oh, and then Amy came off that little pick there around the elbow. She goes up strong, and a nice shot. Here you can see it on the replay. A nice pick by AP, and the roll came a little late, but Schultz goes up strong, and
Yep, and now we have both Adams sisters with 2 fouls.
And Amy makes her first of 2. Amy's been on a nice little streak lately. She's had a few good games in a row. And Skylar comes back in replacing Carly Donald. And Carly got her first varsity points of the year. So congratulations to Carly. And Amy misses the second. AP with the, oh, she's got Skylar wide open. She just couldn't get control as she was trapped by 3 people in the corner.
Yeah, in those situations, that's where you wanted to get it above her head.
So now we're going to have Henderson throwing it in. Mara finds AP in the corner, who kicks it over to Lorraine. Lorraine's looking for Mara in the corner. Mara squares up from 3, just a little off, and Lorraine can't corral it in. And now Mogren comes up and goes to the corner. Schultz goes to, they're going to get Amy for a foul on the reach.
Tough.
Yeah. You know, I like the fact she went to the floor because we just haven't seen a lot of that this year. One of the things, Chris, I don't know if you touched on this, but the Oriole team as a whole has had about 6 or 7 concussions this year. And so I think some of these girls are a little gun shy when they go to the floor.
That would do it.
That's number 5 is Star. She's the 7th grader. Oh, Mara kind of gave up on her. I thought she'd come out to challenge.
Yeah.
And, oh, Carrie. There we go.
On the defensive side, this is where you hope that the Orioles can be smart. You pretty much have 2 known commodities on the floor, regulars in Kyla and Mogren.
And Mogren.
Yeah, so you have 2 predominant scorers. Who else is out there? Let's see if those other girls can beat you. Let's pay particular attention to 33 and 25.
That last basket for the Orioles was by Lorraine Maxie Moore. Oh, nobody boxes out the Adams sister who throws it away. There's Maxie Moore to the floor. She tries to kick it up to Henderson. Henderson's going to go 1-on-3. Oh, she beats everybody to the basket, and Henderson makes a nice left-handed layup. And the Orioles extend their lead 28-12. The Spartans are missing one of their key players, and it's really starting to show. There's a long 3 missed. Oh, Skylar doesn't box out. 25 is Kyla Adams. Kyla's going straight in, and a travel call. Wow. 7:32 left, and now we've got Lauren Resnick coming in for Amy Schultz. Amy played a long extended minute, so it's good that she's going to get a blow because she was playing well and expending a lot of energy. Timeout goes to Richfield. Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, that was a great job. I mean, everything is going right according to plan today. The one thing, though, I hit it on earlier, that was Kyla Adams' 6th offensive rebound already this half, so we're going to have to do a better job. Fortunately, she's not converting those into points at this time, but we're going to definitely have to do a better job of keeping her off those offensive boards.
Yeah, she is definitely a physical player, and this is something that the Orioles have kind of struggled with since they've been young. This is not a team of girls that really likes to initiate contact, and so it's nice when they can hold their own and not back down.
Yeah, but at the same time, they're doing a nice job on their own on the offensive rebounds. I know Abby's got a couple, putbacks, and Skylar and Addie May's got that weak side putback. So. Nice job. I don't know if it's senior night energy or what it is, or if it's the 1-3-1, that they threw at him early. It's something's working.
Yep, you're right. So we've got before the last timeout, we had a substitution. Lauren Resnick came in for Amy Schultz. So it's Nagorski, Henderson, Resnick, Lorraine Maxie Moore, and Addie Mae Perkins in for the Orioles. Here comes Henderson. Now they're in a 1-2-2, it looks like, Chris. Maybe it's a 1-2-1-1. Back door. Finds Resnick, who goes down deep, and that's not going to make it to Addie Mae Perkins because Adams tips it out. I love the way they're looking for each other, though. Very unselfish tonight.
Very unselfish.
Resnick throwing it in. She finds Henderson in the corner. It's not there. No one's moving. You got to get it in. There we go. Now she finds Henderson. Henderson looks over to Addie Mae Perkins. She's long. There's a long. There we go. Oh, and Lorraine tries to go baseline. And the basket. What a play. That was the no way even for Dr. J play, but we're going to call it no way even for Lorraine. How many fouls now is that for?
That is going to be 3 on Kyla Adams.
Yep. So that's with 7 minutes left in the first half. That's very fortuitous for the Lady Orioles. So Maxie Moore will be shooting the and 1 here. And that's good. I've got a interesting story about Lorraine. She started out the season in the fall league, and she really couldn't hit any free throws. And over the course of the season, she's gone up. She's shooting about 70% from the free throw line. So really done a nice job on working on her skills.
Good for her.
Yep. Here's Senga. Senga tries to go left. Oh, they're going to call it on the floor, I think. There's a hold. If that's Addie Mae Perkins, I believe that's her 2nd. Oh, maybe her 3rd. Yep, AP. That is her 3rd. So Orioles, I think Abby has 2, and Addie Mae has 3 of the 7 fouls. So AP is going to take a breather here, and that brings in number 25, Steph Reuter. Stephanie's really come along the past few games. She's one of these players that, even though she's small, if you leave her open, she'll knock it down. Uh-oh, we've got a lane violation. Uh-oh. Who's that on, Lorraine? Yeah, I think we went in. So on the 1-and-1, Senga's going to get a second chance here. And that one's good. Yep. So that's going to be, that was technically that, even though she shot it twice, on the violation, it becomes her first shot again, right, Chris?
That is correct.
All right. So Senga makes the first of 2, and the second no good, and there's Skylar Nagorski corralling it. Here comes Henderson. Boy, the Orioles are really getting up the floor quickly tonight. It's just a matter of whether they want to push it or not. Here's Reuter on the corner. She dribbles into the trap. Uh-oh, she lost it. Now she finds Henderson, who makes the save. Oh, what a find to Nagorski. And Nagorski has her 6th point of the night. Everything seems to be falling in the stars are in alignment tonight for the Orioles in the first half.
Yeah, the ball almost goes out of bounds, and Mara just makes a nice little touch pass.
And the travel call on Senga. You're right. I didn't mean to step on your touchdown call there.
Yeah, no.
And now we're going to have a substitution. That's going to be Wendlin in, and she's going to go in for the 7th grader Star. So they're going to bring a little more experience. They go from a 7th grader to a 9th grader. And here's Maxie Moore with the right hand. She tries to hit Resnick on the roll. It's not there. Here's Henderson from the corner. Senga looking at her. Maxie Moore at the top. Here's Steph Reuter. She goes down deep to Skylar, who kicks it out to Resnick. Resnick from 3. It's good. Resnick with her 4th point of the night, and that extends the lead 36-13. Oh, and Henderson with the steal. And she's got Lorray ahead of her. She finds Lorray, and Lorray goes soft and kisses it off the glass.
That was perfect. That was beautiful. Mara gave it up just right in time, so Lorray could just take 2 steps, no dribbles, right up for the
That's
layup.
off, and Resnick battles. Oh, and she gets pushed. Oh, and then Steph Reuter's going to get hit with the, looked like a poke check from this side. 25 is Reuter. I don't think Reuter played hockey when she was younger, but it looked like she had some good stick control there. Her first, team 8th.
Yeah, it's tough when that ball's bouncing around like that, not to reach like that.
Yeah. It's funny how when the ball gets head high, it looks a lot bigger, doesn't it?
It does.
Just like in softball. I know that Lauren was telling me she likes to hit the high ones because the ball looks so much bigger than the low and away. So Mogren makes the first of 2 and makes the second. So that closes the gap, 38-15. We're at the 5.5 mark here, first half. Henderson. Then she gets it back in the corner. Oh, she goes down low to Skylar. Skylar corrals it, but misses the bunny. And now Mogren's good. Oh, and she, yep. You know, she lost control. She tried to dribble into 2, Chris, and I don't know if you noticed, but every single Spartan went down. They were all below the free throw line.
Yeah, no one looking to help out their teammate on that one.
Nope. So now we've got Henderson. She's looking. And Nagorski at the elbow sets a nice pick for Henderson. Steph can't come through. There she is. She dribbles into the trap, goes back to Henderson, and Mara's going to regroup. A lot of patience tonight. Oh, and in the corner for Reuter. You can't leave her open. She's off the rim. Resnick comes over. She can't get it. Reuter, ooh, almost got a fall there. Here comes Mogren. Mogren with the spin move. Oh, now she's coming in 1-on-3. She goes right into the heart of the defense, and there's Nagorski. Oh, and Nagorski gets taken, and oh. Boy, I don't know, Chris. The one thing I like to see, though, you know, Skylar's the biggest girl out there. She can keep that ball up high.
Yep, exactly. We definitely, with the Adams on the bench, we definitely have the size advantage at this time, and it'd be nice to have it keep it high. But you can kind of see that you almost see that Katrina Mogren there kind of taking the offensive load on her shoulders right now and trying to force some action for her team.
Yeah, you're right. And Mogren is a senior, so I think she's trying to, you know, get her will going on the rest of the girls here. And Mogren will throw it in under the basket. And she finds Senga. Resnick out to guard her. She gets her. Oh, and she must have got a tip on it. Oh, now they're going to call her for a foul? That was I think that was a delayed call. Yeah.
I think they might be calling it underneath and not on the shot.
On Henderson? Yep, you're right. Good call. So Resnick gets the block, and Henderson looks like she might have been vying for position there. That would be Mara's first foul and the team 9th. So the next one will be double bonus. We're at the 4:48 mark. A nice high arcing shot, and that's number 15. That's Gina Stoffel. Oh, and Abby gets a nice box out. She brings it down, though, again, and now she finds Mara. I'd really like to see those girls keep that ball high. She did a nice job with the box out. Here's Resnick on the right side. She's getting hawked. She dribbles, comes in, and then she loses it. Looks like she might have got hip checked. And then here comes Mogren, and now she's waiting for her team.
Yeah, if we're going to stick with the hockey reference, that was more of a hooking.
It was a hook.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
thank you.
Yeah.
All right. So 2-minute minor for hooking on that one. The good news is we've got, and Lauren was open, and then Mara looked away, and then when she went to pass, Lauren broke back door towards the basket, and Mara gave it to her. So they apologized. They gave each other a little slap high five, and now it's back to the action. All right, so we've got Senga. Senga goes to the corner. She goes baseline, tries to go over 6'2" Nagorski, then kicks it back out to Hallow Tyler, and that's Mogren. Mogren over to Wendland. Wendland falls down. Henderson steps over here. Here comes Mogren. Oh, a nice try. Skylar tips it, and then looks like it was saved by Nagorski underneath the basket, and Mara's going to hold it up. Orioles up 38-16 at the just under the 4-minute mark. Mike Resnick and Chris Bjorgard here from downtown St. Louis Park. Oriole Nation has come alive tonight. Resnick gets poke checked again. Now she finds Olsen. Olsen goes to Reuter. Reuter on the left side. Oh, and the up and under. Steph Reuter ducks underneath and goes on the left side base. 40-16 now.
That was very nice. That's one of the classic examples of when you can use the right hand on the left-hand side.
Oh, and there we go. Skylar with the steal. And here comes Henderson. Henderson looking in the front. She's got Reuter open again. A beautiful pass to Olsen. Nice play. Abby rolled very nicely to the basket. And I think that's Olsen's 5th basket of the half. She's got 10 points, and the Orioles have boosted the lead 42-16, and we're at the 3:16 mark. You know, Chris, I'm wondering if any of the Hopkins coaching staff is here scouting tonight, because they're going to have to think twice now about who to guard.
Yeah, exactly. This Richfield team looks a little, maybe it's because they got different girls on the floor that aren't used to playing as much, but they look a little discombobulated out there at this time.
So coming out of the timeout, no substitutions for the Orioles. They're in there with Reuter, who made that nice up and under basket. Skylar Nagorski, who I don't have the official count, but I think she's got about 8 rebounds in the first half. Abigail Olsen, who's had a tremendous, this is probably her hottest shooting night of the year. She's sitting with 10 points already. 3 minutes left in the first half. Oh, and the Spartans got to throw it in. They've got a count going. Senga finally corrals it. She gets over to Mogren. 3:13 left. First half action. Oriole country. Morgan picks it up. She finds Stouffer. Stoffel finds Mogren again. Mogren, now they're just taking their time. Apparently there's no sense of urgency at this point, Chris.
Yeah, which is surprising.
Uh-oh.
I don't envy their coach's position. It's one of those dilemmas coaches always face with foul trouble and when to bring your players back. But you can't let it go too long, or the game, will basically be over.
So Resnick is hawking the ball in the corner. Oh, don't lean on her. There you go. 15 is Stoffel. She finds Mogren, and they appear that they just want to go for one shot, Chris. You're down 42-16 with 2.5 left. I'm not really clear on the mentality. There's Henderson tips it out of bounds, and the ball will stay here for the Spartans.
Yep, they're hesitant in everything they're doing. I think that, us breaking that press early really has got them gun shy to try to get back. That's how you get back in the game. You put pressure, but...
Oh, there's Nagorski with the rebound. And then Henderson finds a wide open Stephanie Reuter with the left-handed layup. And the Orioles go 44-16 now with just about 2 minutes left here. Here's Stenga. She's going to try and do something. She goes a cross-court pass. That's Taylor. She misses. Abby tips it, keeps it, and now here comes Henderson. Henderson in the middle. She's got a couple of targets. She goes to the right side. That's Resnick. Resnick is long, but Skylar missed the rebound. And Senga comes up with it, hands it over to Mogren. 1:40 now left for the Lady Orioles. 44-16, Mogren just yo-yoing. Now she picks it up, and there's the tip by Skylar. Skylar looks like she might be a little tired. She's playing the top of the zone. Wide open, but missed. Oh, and nobody boxes out. 15 is Stoffel. And she makes the basket. 1:20 left now. Orioles 44, Spartans 18. Henderson dribbles over, tries to follow Resnick. Look at hawked by Mogren. Now she goes, she finds Resnick. Resnick with and they're gonna get her on a travel, but it was a good fake. Just shuffled there a little bit.
Yeah, it's tough to see from our angle, but she must have changed pivot feet there.
And now we substitution there. We've got Amy Schultz coming in and Addie Mae Perkins for Skylar Nagorski, and the hot shooting Stephanie Reuter had a nice little run there. 1 minute now, 1 minute and 5 seconds. Resnick tips it. And she gives Taylor a little push. Oh, there's Henderson picks her pocket right at half court. She's going all the way, and oh, the foul on the drive. So Henderson will go to the line. Mara's got roughly 7 points unofficially right now. Very balanced attack for the Lady Orioles in the first half. Henderson toes the charity stripe. The first basket's no good. And now we've got number 31, Carly Donald, who comes in for Lauren Resnick. Carly made that nice basket on the right side earlier in the first half. Here's Henderson, second of 2. And that's no good. Orioles are struggling a little at the line tonight, Chris.
I was just going to say, the only thing not going right for us right now is at the free throw line.
Oh, and Senga got loose on the baseline. She can't corral it. There's Addie Mae Perkins with the defensive rebound, and now Henderson tries to push it. She gets over the timeline. Good crossover to the left. Now Schultz in the corner, but she passed on the 3. Orioles, 36 seconds, and now they're going to get Mogren with a foul. Boy, if she gets in trouble, it's going to get pretty thin pickings over here for the Richfield coach. That's only her first.
Yep.
Okay. And Mara finds herself back at the charity stripe. Orioles have missed 7 free throws so far. There's Goodwin.
There we go.
Mara's got about 8 points tonight unofficially on the first half. And the second one is no good. I just don't understand what's going on. I guess if we have to miss anything, though, I guess maybe the free throws are better than our outside shots the way we've been shooting this year. So Mogren, wide open was Whalen underneath. And then Henderson tips it over, and Schultz comes up with the steal. Now she picks it up. Here's Henderson in the front court. 18 seconds left. Let's see if they go for one, Chris.
That would be the good play right now, but
14, Carly Donald, right back to Henderson. Henderson yo-yoing. 9 seconds, 8 seconds, 6. She's going in strong, Chris. Off the backboard, that's not there. Schultz with the offensive rebound, and then a jump ball. 1.7 seconds left. Orioles are gonna have to do, this is gonna be a bang-bang play.
yeah, Mara's certainly capable of making that shot, but I really would have liked to have seen her kick that out to the top of the key where Carly Donald was standing wide open.
It's got to be quick. Oh, she couldn't hit the dribble. Unfortunately, she just didn't have time for the 2 dribbles. So halftime, Lady Orioles 45 and the Lady Spartans 18. So Chris, just a couple quick things before we take a break. What are the key things that stood out for you in the first half?
The key things that stood out for me was the rebounding. We were not doing a good job of keeping Kyla Adams off the offensive boards, but it didn't translate into points. And just the overall ball movement and shooting of the Oriole girls was just great to see. They weren't over dribbling, like you said. They crashed the boards from the weak side. They did pretty much everything right except their free throws.
I agree. A couple things that stood out for me is that the Orioles all season have had one girl stand out each game. And in that first half, we had unofficially 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different girls scored in the first half, and if my math is correct. So, when you've got all of the girls, and double digits now, that are scoring or can put the basket in the hole, that makes it very tough to match up and figure out who to guard.
It does. Balance is a great thing when it comes to basketball, because you can't pay, particularly close attention to any one individual like we were talking about, with Richfield. They had two of their starters on the bench and another one hurt, and they just had no offensive rhythm, and Park could really concentrate on those top 2 scorers that were remaining on the court.
How many of the Lady Spartans are actually in foul trouble right now? Did more than one have 3?
Nope, just Kyla Adams had 3, Kaylee Adams had 2, and Wendland had 2 as well.
Okay.
So
Yeah, and I think for the Orioles, we're looking at Addie Mae Perkins with 3, Steph Reuter had 1, Abby Olson had 1, Lauren Resnick had 1, and Mara Henderson had 1. So it's interesting because normally Lorraine plays more aggressive. She gets a lot of steals, but she also puts herself in foul trouble, and she doesn't have any right now. So we'll see. Now, she hasn't been on the floor as much tonight. I think, the seniors are getting a little more playing time, and I think what I'm encouraged by is you see that these seniors are really stepping up and delivering.
Yeah, that was really nice to see. I mean, we had an all-senior starting lineup, and they set the tone for the game, and everyone that came in off the bench, kind of followed that lead, which was really nice to see. Now the interesting thing for the second half is, Park, hasn't played with a lot of leads, and especially not big leads like this. So it'll be interesting to see how they respond.
Sure. All right, so we've got 7 minutes before the second half starts. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to be back here from St. Louis Park, where the Lady Orioles are ahead 45-18 over the Lady Spartans. And you're watching ParkTV 16.
Mom was diagnosed with Alzheimer's at 58 years old.
For me, it was heart-wrenching.
It takes a toll on everyone. I mean, it's a depressing disease to watch unfold before your eyes.
You just don't see the person's soul is like gone.
This disease just ravages a family.
It changes your life.
The magnitude of it is indescribable.
Now is the moment. If we work together, we can stop this epidemic.
Contact Bright Focus and learn more.
Well, welcome back to St. Louis Park Gymnasium, where tonight the Lady Orioles on senior night are hosting the Spartans of Richfield. I'm Mike Resnick along with Chris Bjorgard, and the Lady Orioles are up 45-18 to start the second half and senior night. We want to do a special call out. Normally my partner John Fromm would be here, and John could not be here tonight as he's down in Fort Myers, Florida, working the radio for the Twin Spring training. So John, a big shout out. I hope you're doing well and enjoying the fun in the sun in Florida while we're here in a balmy 7 degrees in beautiful Minneapolis, Minnesota. So welcome back, Chris. Chris has done some games for us in the past. He does a great job, comes to us with a lot of knowledge, not just from playing, but also from coaching. And Chris actually, up until this last year, held the high school scoring record for his high school up in
Thief River Falls, the girls' state hockey, state champion hockey this year. So it's nice to see the old alma mater cash in.
That's awesome.
On a state title, yeah.
That's awesome. Well, congratulations. And I've known Chris for a while. Chris is a great guy. He's done a lot for the community. He's been on the board for the travel program. He's also helped out with coaching travel and helping out with the tournaments. And so, Chris, it's great that you've put in so much time into the program, and I know you've had daughters that play in the program, and so I just want to say thank you for all your time. I know that it's a labor of love, and it's great, though, because there are a lot of families that won't step up, and there are a lot of parents that just don't because they either can't or they don't know how. So it's great to have somebody with your background in the program.
Well, thank you, Mike. I appreciate that. And yeah, that was kind of exactly the case. You can easily be one of those parents that sit back and complain and say, this isn't right and this isn't right. And I just chose to, step up and, put my assets to work.
Very good. All right, here we go. So second half action, 18 minutes on the clock. And both teams go back with their starters. So both of the Adams sisters, in a double dribble, they let it go by, that was Windland.
That was Windland, number 10, yep.
Here's Senga, goes to the corner. She tries to go around Schultz. She gets trapped, and here comes Adams. Goes right by Olson. And she quickly goes her way. So here's Resnick, goes into Olson. Olson looking, there she goes. She's got Schultz, and Schultz go over the timeline. She's got 1-on-3, that's not a good number. And then Amy goes to the corner, picks it up, and she gets trapped, and she picks it up again, and then she goes to Resnick in the corner. Resnick picks it up, and she gets bopped and goes down hard. That's number 10 is Windland. Is that her third fall? It is.
That will be her third, yeah.
So Resnick scampers to get that loose ball. And now Lauren is deep in the corner to throw it in. No one's moving. This could be trouble. They better get it in quick. And she goes deep to AP. Addie Mae Perkins, top of the key. She's open. Doesn't want it. Now she's going to go. AP dribbles. No 5-second call there. Here's Schultz. Schultz being guarded by Adams, way away from the basket. Amy pushes off a little bit, but gets away with that. And now Skylar Nagorski, our 6'2", being hawked by Senga. Hands all over her. And there's a foul. Chris, you can see that the coach has told them they want to be physical and pressure the ball.
Okay, they called that on Senga and not on Kyla. That would have been her fourth if they were both in the vicinity there.
Yeah. So. And we're not even a minute in, and the Spartans have 2 quick team fouls. No one's moving. Resnick out of bounds looking for somebody. Got to get it in. She goes to the corner. There's Olsen. Olsen back to Resnick, who looks around. She's being hawked by Windland. She's going to go by her. Oh, she does a nice little stop push. Oh, they're going to get her for an offensive.
Yeah, she did get that arm out there a little bit. That was borderline to me, though.
You know, when you're protecting the ball, you can protect, but you're right, you can't extend. Here you see on the replay, yep, she just extended it. If she would have kept it in, it would have been fine. So 2 fouls now on Resnick. It's too bad. It was a good drive. Here's Adams in the corner being hawked by Schultz. And Olsen comes over to tip it away. Resnick goes to the floor. And now Mogren wide open from 3. That's good. Skyler just couldn't get there in time. And now the gap is closed, 23-45, and you're going to see Henderson coming in quickly. Uh-oh, Schultz, and she traveled. So turnover on the Orioles.
Yeah, Richfield's definitely coming out with a little more urgency than they ended the first half with.
So number 3 is Henderson. She replaces Resnick. And now we're at the 16.5 mark, and Mogren bringing it up.
Park is back in there 1-3-1. That gave Richfield some trouble in that first half.
Yeah, and Henderson gets a tip, and then she steals it. She's getting followed from behind by Windland, and then she lets her go. So the Orioles reset. Henderson looks over to Schultz. Schultz being hawked by Mogren, who gets a tip on it. A lot of hands now. Skyler, that's a rough pass, trying to go over, and then Henderson's going to get called for the foul. And that will be Mara's second foul. So,
yeah, that cross-court pass is just too long to make. It's too easy to read.
Yeah. So, Henderson gets her second foul. And now we've got Adams open from the corner. No arc on that ball. Henderson over the back, and she's got 3 fouls now. She just didn't have position, Chris.
No, she didn't.
Well, the Spartans seem to have all the momentum in the second half so far.
Yeah, a little 5-0 run to start the half here.
Mogren looking for a breaking Adams. Oh, wow, she just look at her throw Henderson around.
It's physical down there.
It is rough, and then Senga was the one that hit all the 3s against us in the first game.
That's her first today, so that's a better job today, but you got to keep it up for the next 15 minutes.
Schultz now, she picks up her dribble, and here comes Henderson. Henderson surveying the land. It gets tipped, and it goes out of bounds, and it's going to stay with the Orioles. Now we've got a substitution. This is Maxie Moore coming in for AP. That's all day Perkins. Oh, what happened there? Tipped out?
Yeah, just a tip out.
Okay, had a bad angle on it. Schultz inbounding the ball. Tried to get it over to Olsen. It looked like it was tipped by Adams. So now she goes deep to Skyler, and Skyler gets pushed. There we go. Number 22 is, that's Kaylee Adams. And that should be her 3rd foul.
That is her 3rd as well. So both Adams sisters, 22 and 25, both have 3 fouls now. That's a tough one.
Yeah, it's interesting, Chris. I noticed they're not playing with their feet; they're playing with their hands. They're
definitely
really trying to lean on that. You're going to get called that 9 times out of 10. Ooh, Nagorski catches the quick pass from Maxie Moore, and that's good for Skyler. So the Orioles make their first basket of the half, and Nagorski's now has 8. Oh, and Skyler. You know what, Chris? If she just would have kept her hands straight up. Yep. She had no angle to make that shot. So Adams took advantage of Skyler there from a size standpoint, and but I think Skyler could have had the reach on her.
Yep, or you take that one step toward that baseline, you might, you put the onus on the ref there, and even if you don't get the charge call, put the onus on the ref to make a tough call, and maybe you pick up her 4th early in the second half.
That's a great call out. So Adams makes the first of 2 and the second. Very fundamentally sound, the Adams sisters. There's got to be a joke about the Adams family there somewhere, but I'm going to stay off of it. And there's Maxie Moore goes high over to Nagorski, who quickly kicks it to Henderson. There's Schultz from three. It's blocked. And Maxie Moore tips it out of bounds, but that's going to go to the Spartans. So Maxie Moore tried to tip it out of Adams' hands, but I think they said she touched it last. And now 28-47 here. Orioles up by 19, just under 15 minutes left. Henderson trying to push her right. Here comes Winla. Oh, she finds Senga, who kicks it out to Adams. Adams from the long three. That's no good. Henderson and, yep, that's going to be off Mara. So, ooh.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be white ball too. Good stop by the Park. We needed that. We needed a stop there.
And now they get it quickly up to Henderson. So this new press break that the Orioles have been working on, the 4 across, has really been working well. And now Henderson's yo-yoing. She's going to get a 5 count. Oh, and kind of a soft pass to LeRae, and Senga tips it out of bounds.
Yeah, Mara made a sin there of picking up her dribble before the person, the cutter, was open.
Schultz throwing it in. Again, nobody's moving. We got to get some movement on these inbounds passes. Oh, and a backdoor breaking is LeRae. Oh, what a pass! Beautiful play.
Nice little look off.
Drops the pass down to Olsen. And they're coming in hard against Skylar, and that's going to be another one on Skylar. You know, she just has a hard time keeping straight up. She just wants to go forward every time.
Yep. That's tough to keep your hands straight up too when someone jumps into your chest.
Yeah.
And not to bring your arms down, but you got to learn how to maybe fall down.
She's probably got about 20, 25 pounds on Skylar too, so she's not going to stop her that way. Oh, she missed off the back of the rim.
We need to channel an Oriole from the past, a little Jane Henderson, take the charge.
Well, we saw one charge tonight by Skylar. It's the first, or only the second charge all year by the Orioles. Adams on the second one, that's good. And that's Kaylee Adams. Now they're struggling. Here we go, into Henderson. Henderson looking, she goes backwards, and she's being pressed now. And she's gonna go by Whelan, excuse me, out, and there's a jump ball. Wow, quick whistle there. You think it was good?
Yeah, I don't like to see. It was something we talked about with Richfield earlier on, where no one was looking at Mara at all, to, for her to help, and she ended up dribbling down the sideline, which is a no-no too.
Yep, you're right. Yeah, we've been breaking it on the side quite a bit. Henderson on the right side, looking for Nagorski. Nagorski trying to fend off Adams. There's a pick, no roll there. There's Olsen from the elbow. She goes short. Henderson offensive rebound. Henderson over to Nagorski from the baseline. She's no good, and there's no rebound there. And here comes Mogren. Mogren pushing it up 1-on-4. She kicks it back out to and a pass goes below her. You know, Adams is kind of a taller girl. I don't know that you want to do a bounce pass out to that baseline. You keep it high so she can just set her feet and shoot.
Yep, I'm exactly the same way. I always tell people I'm not Pele. I don't pick it up with my feet and then shoot it. Yeah, you got to give it to me up a little higher.
Yeah, and they had all the time in the world. You didn't have to do a tricky bounce pass. So we're at the 13:46 mark. Orioles 49, Spartans 29. And in the second half here, the Orioles had a little bit of a slow start and got saddled with a couple of quick fouls. So Henderson now with 3, Addie Mae Perkins with 3. You got Abby Olsen with 2. Here's the backdoor play from Nagorski to Maxie Moore, who quickly goes to Olsen off the backboard and good. So, that's the kind of play that they did in the first half. And it just goes to show you that when you move the ball, it makes it hard for the defense to, just set up and double team.
Yeah, that's exactly. We talked about it in the first half. It was the ball movement, and now we're seem to be a lot more dribbling this half. Let's keep that ball moving.
Yep. Okay. Here's Olsen on the baseline. A little shake and bake on the base. She can't make it. Nagorski's there. Can't make it with the left hand. That's too bad. That was a nice play. Skylar did a good job. Oh, here's Henderson steals it. Mogren's pass. She's going 1-on-3.
Yeah,
she's going to pull up. Oh, no, it's not there. And she's got help now. She's middle. Oh, all right. Now they can reset. Here's Henderson. They got a 5 count going. She's got to do something. There you go. Kicks it. Oh. And a foul on Wayland, and that could be her 4th.
If it is on Wedland.
Wendland, I'm sorry, Wedland.
Yeah, it is her 4th.
Yep. It should be her 15th foul. Oh, maybe not. Maybe it's a 4th. Okay. So now it's 5 fouls to 4 in favor of the Spartans on team fouls. 13-11 left. Schultz throwing it in. Finds Maxie Moore on the left side. Maxie Moore, 2 dribbles, pulls up, and it rolls in.
Glad that went in, because if Amy would have paused a half second, he had Skylar flashing to the weak side on that inbound.
Adams was wide open, decided not to shoot over Nagorski. Instead, she wants to drive it on her. Then she kicks it out to Mogren. Mogren missed. Oh, and Abby can't hang on, but there's Schultz. Schultz now, goes long. Here comes Henderson. Henderson tries to go quickly to Maxie Moore, who's on the baseline, and she puts it in. And all of a sudden, the Orioles found their offense. 53-29. 12 and a half left, second half action here, downtown St. Louis Park. Oh, wide open is Adams. She tiptoes on the 3, it's no good. Schultz with the defensive rebound. She's looking up. She's protecting. And she's extending too. That's a foul that was being called earlier.
Yeah, you gotta be careful when you extend that off arm.
Mara Henderson being guarded by Wendland, who's got 4 fouls. Oh, and now what they're calling? A 5-second call on Henderson. That's a turnover on the Orioles. Interesting. I wasn't counting. Here you can see the play on Maxie Moore with the little baby hook from the baseline. Mara did a good job of finding her. Actually, when she threw it, I thought Lorraine was too deep under the basket, but she proved me wrong, which doesn't take much lately. Oh, and there's a tip by Olsen, but Wendland picks it up. Now Adams coming hard on the drive with the left hand, and she makes it. Nobody wants to stand in front of her.
Yeah, she's actually got pretty good feet down there. She seems to be able to avoid that contact.
And then Schultz goes to the floor. So what are they calling, a kick on Amy?
Yeah, when the ball was loose, It looked like Amy might have extended her foot out.
Yep. Here you can see the replay. This is Adams, 1 power dribble, a nice jump hop, and then goes in light off the backboard with the left hand. And now she's going to throw it into the backcourt. That's Mogren. Over to Senga. Oh, bounce pass, and Abby's going to get hit with her 3rd foul. She tried, instead of denying, I think she tried to get around her, and it just, she was a little late. I think you're going to see Addie Mae Perkins quickly here. Yep, Abby's got 3 with 11 and a half left, and now AP's coming in for Abs. Abby's had a nice game. Roughly 12 or 14 points on the night. Oh, inbounds, and then no one guards one Adams. Oh, and Skylar gets the block on the other Adams. And then Mogren, and now they're going to get a foul. I think Mogren turned her ankle on that one. Yeah, she's in pain.
You don't like to see that.
No, you really don't. And she's got a heavy-duty knee brace on her left knee. And then I think she went down. Here you can see it. So Adams goes up.
She seems to be favoring the right side.
So. And then she went down. Yep, it's her right ankle that she's holding. So, Chris, a lot of times when you get a sports injury, you have a tendency to, favor the good leg. And you can see here, Adams going up. Skylar gets the block. Here comes Mogren, who sneaks in. She kind of comes around, and then let's see if you can get an angle. Oh, there it is. Was that it? Did she roll the ankle? Or it was because she came down on the right one, I thought.
I think it's right here.
Oh, there it is. Yep, you're right. She came down. So it looked like she rolled the left ankle, but I think when she came down on the right one is where she did the damage. Now she's lacing up the laces. She's got a few tears in the eyes. And the trainer is over there helping her out. So I believe they're going to have to take her out for a play. We'll see how she does. Now they're calling both clubs back out. Had a little break there in the action. 11:27 left in the second half. And the foul was on Nagorski, her 3rd.
Nagorski, yes.
And this puts Kyla Adams on the line. And she misses the first one. I forgot if she was shooting or not, but apparently she was, so that she gets 2. And here's the second of 2. Trying to close that gap. Nice touch. And she's 53-32 now in favor of the Lady Orioles. Mara Henderson running the baseline over to Nagorski. Now back to Henderson. Henderson looking to get it over the timeline. Oh, she's wide open. It just parted like the Red Sea. She pulls up from the elbow, rolls it over the front of the rim. And there you go. That's when you get good rotation on the ball, Chris, and you hit the front of the rim, and you can see the results there. And that was Lorraine Maxie Moore on the tip.
Yep, the other thing Mara did nicely is just got it right to a comfortable spot for her to shoot it, and no one stopped her, and nice job taking the shot.
Yep, and there's Adams kind of forcing her way on everybody down there. We don't match up well underneath when those two go at it hard. Oh, and there's a long pass to Nagorski who uses it. Now she's coming over the timeline. Look at Skylar with the dribble. And Amy had Skylar on the give and go, but she didn't see her. Now she's looking back. There's Addie Mae Perkins goes down deep. Nagorski with the left hand off the side of the backboard. And here comes Adams. Adams looking up. She's got her sister. Let's see if she gives it up. Oh, and she goes the other. Oh, there's a travel by Whitland. I don't think she realized how open she was.
Yep.
Big advantage there. Now we've got a substitution for the Orioles, and that's Lauren Resnick coming in for Skylar Nagorski. And the Spartans are back in their man-to-man press. Henderson now throwing it in, though this is a new look. Oh, EP catching it in the corner. That's not where you want. Oh, and she pushed her out of bounds. Oh, Adams gave her a little bump with the belly. They call that the belly bump, I think, Chris.
Yeah, that could have been her fourth, too, so it's pretty fortunate for the Spartans that that wasn't called a little differently.
Oh, and she missed her sister wide open underneath. She was screaming for the ball. The Orioles are playing small now. No Abby, no Skylar. You've got 5'8" Lauren Resnick was underneath helping out Addie Mae Perkins, who's about 5'9", and now we've got an offensive call. That's going to be on Adams, number 22. Fourth? 4 fouls now. On number 22 is Kaylee Adams. So, Chris, I will say one thing about the officiating tonight. They've been very consistent with that offhand.
Yes.
They really don't want anybody banging or, protecting with an extended arm.
Yep. Yeah, and that's all you ask for as a coach is, know how it's going to be called.
Schultz goes all the way with the left hand. Unmolested in there, just uncontested. Oh, and there's a long pass from Taylor. She goes right around Amy. Oh, the big jump hop, high off the backboard, and Adams gets right back. So she's playing front. Oh, and I think Amy had, there it is, Henderson. Now they've got 2-on-1. Oh, and it's tipped. I think it was tipped, wasn't it? No, it wasn't.
No.
So turnover for Henderson. Good idea. Chris, what I'd like to see there is Lorraine, instead of running to the corner, she needs to break to the basket, right?
Yeah, she does. And that's what Amara read, and I think that's what most basketball players would read. You can't fake out your own point guard at that point.
Yep, and here comes, and it looks like Adams was deflected, and then they're going to get Resnick, I think, from behind. So Chris, typically when you're on the fast break, usually when you're, free throw line extended, is that when you take that 45-degree angle into the basket?
Free throw line extended, you want to be wide and then cut in and give yourself that optimal angle. It also, by being wide, it creates the spacing that required. If you're too close, you basically you're allowing that one defender to be able to guard 2 people. Free throw is good by...
This is Adams. That's Kaylee Adams. 25 is Kyla. I'm sorry. Kyla, my bad. When they're twins, sometimes it's hard to judge. So Mogren's over in the corner. They're working on her. Here comes Schultz. She dribbles into the trap. Oh, look at Lauren underneath. Lorraine missed her at first. Lauren goes, there we go. Then she found her. And Lauren's got 6 points on the net. Oh, and then Resnick with the rebound, and she gets fouled. And that's going to be number 22, or is it going to be 10? Either way, it's not going to be.
It's going to be a fifth on
22.
One of them.
There she goes, and that's here you can see the play. Lorraine with a little hop over to Resnick underneath, and she makes the basket. So now number 22 was Kaylee Adams, who falls out of the game. How many points did she have?
I only had her down unofficially for 7.
Okay.
Or 10.
And Mogren now is coming back in. She had turned her ankle before. Here comes quickly broken over by AP, finds Schultz. Schultz dribbles into the elbow. Now she does a crossover move to the left. Oh, they could have got her with the travel there. And Lorraine loses it. Resnick's going to try and corral it. She saves the ball. She goes to the corner. Oh, and then she throws away, but it's out of bounds. So no turnover there. Little longer pass than I would have liked to have seen on that particular play. Resnick throwing it in. She's looking. There's Henderson in the middle. Oh, somebody could break back door. They would have had it. She finds Resnick. Resnick from 3. That's good. So Lauren's second 3-pointer of the night. She's got 9 points on the night. And there, a back door into, that was Adams. And we just couldn't stop the big girl inside. Lady Orioles are finding themselves up now 62-40. There's Resnick quickly goes to Henderson. Henderson, what's the call? Oh, is that on Mara? They called a double dribble on Mara. Chris, why don't you walk us through that? Did you see what happened? Here's the play. Oh, this was the play before that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think Mara's play, I think she might have just pinned it on her hip a little bit and then re-dribbled it. I couldn't quite see from our angle, but it looked like there was just a little hesitation in there.
Oh, and Adams got deep again. No rebound there. And she's banging in with Schultz. And there's AP Perkins. Oh, look at Addie Mae Perkins.
Wow. The difference in physique there, and Addie just said, no, you're not.
No. So Amy's got the high dribble. She's being hawked by Mogan. There's the trap. Here comes AP. Oh, and looked underneath, and now she goes low to Henderson, and there's going to be a foul on Windland, and that could be her 5th foul. And now they're going to have to go with youth. Even though I think she's 9th grade, they might have to bring the 7th grader back in.
Yep, they're going to have to go back to 7th and 9th graders playing the rest of this.
Alexis Starr. Here you can see the play. So Henderson. And, I'm sorry, Paul, I missed it. Oh, yeah, I know, I missed it. My bad. All right, so here we go. 8:20 left. The Spartans now have an injured player who did not play, one of their starters, and they've got 2 girls who have fouled out. Henderson misses the first of the 1-and-1, and the Orioles continue to struggle from the free throw line, but they're doing other things well. Starr finds Mogren, who goes to Adams. Looked like she traveled. Here's Mogren from the elbow, or the wing, excuse me. And let's see, that goes out of bounds. Nothing. I think her ankle might have affected her on that one. She just didn't get a good push off on that jump shot.
Yeah. It's good to see her back in, though.
Yep.
But like ankle injuries.
And AP throws it out of bounds, but then it was tipped by Senga. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Chris.
As a guy with numerous, ankle injuries and 2 surgeries, it always hurts worse the next day.
You're right.
The adrenaline that can get you through the rest of this game.
Yeah. Thank goodness for Advil and Aleve.
Exactly.
AP goes over to Henderson. Henderson, and now she's being guarded by the 7th grader. That's Alexis Starr. No pick there. Addie rolls to the basket. She's going to hang on. Then she goes down to the floor, and they're going to get her for a travel call. Boy, that's too bad because they had a nice break. You had Lorraine on the corner and Lauren at the free throw line. You had a couple of choices, but we just couldn't corral the pill.
Yep. Richfield did a nice job of bringing the weak side defender there, and then I think it kind of surprised Addie Mae because she pinned her person properly and then turned and found someone else.
Yep. So Alexis tries to go over. Now she's got Mogren. Mogren does a little step. Then Resnick steps in and she steals the ball. She's looking up. Bounce pass over to Henderson. Henderson's got numbers. Oh, Schultz was open, and she pulls back. 7.5 left here, second half action. St. Louis Park. Oh, and there's a foul on Adams, I think. Or are they going to give it to Starr? He's looking both ways. Yep, they're going to Adams. And I believe, Chris, your spotter, what do we got? 4 fouls? Yep. So their bench is pretty empty. Got a timeout for the Orioles. So we're at the 7:28 left in the second half. Mike Resnick along with Chris Bjorgard here from St. Louis Park. We've got Kurt on the camera tonight, and I've got Paul Broden in the truck doing a great job. So this is, it's always fun to see the wind down of the season and make it happen for, it's fun to see where they've started, where they've come, and, like I said at the beginning of the broadcast, it's always bittersweet.
Yeah, it definitely is. And I haven't been to all the a lot of the games this year, but from the ones I've seen from the beginning of the year to now, I do see some improvement, definitely.
Well, they definitely have done a lot of good things tonight, including hitting the open shots. I love the fact that we're moving the ball without trying to dribble it through everybody. We're really, we're saving the dribble. We're using, we're hitting the open person. They're not looking at the number on the jersey. They're looking at the color of the jersey. I do like that. So, if someone's open, give it to them, right?
Exactly. And the girls are shooting it with definite confidence.
Yeah, and we apologize. Without our statistician John Fromm here tonight, it's hard to know what the shooting percentage is, but it's got to be higher than what it's been in games in the last few games. So now we've got Henderson going to the line. I believe, is this 1-and-1 or was she shooting?
I think this is 1-and-1.
Yeah, 1-and-1 on the foul. There we go.
And we got, it looks like Steph Reuter came in.
Yep, Stephanie came in and Abby Olson came in, and Lorraine Maxie Moore and Lauren, she missed the front end. So Mara, unfortunately, hasn't had her luck at the free throw line. She's 1 of 5 or 6 for the night. Here's Senga wide open. She's going to go a little short off the glass. Henderson with the rebound. She's pushing it up. She's got Reuter underneath. Oh, and she missed her. Yeah, Mara's normally a 70%. Oh, and a wide open Abby Olsen. A nice recognition by Mara there, hitting the open Olsen, and Abby did a nice job of just taking her time and making the shot. We've been a little hurried in games past. There's a turnover. Nope, no, Adams picks it up. And she picks it up in the corner, but hawked by Olsen. Wide open Mogren, nobody touched her. And then that's Henderson, and now she's got the break. Oh, that's a 4-on-1, a 4-on-2. Henderson pulls up, and she's got the basket. That's, I believe, 10 points for Mara on the night. Now she's got Adams on the roll. Adams goes straight down. Oh, they're going to either get Skylar or Abby. They kind of
yeah, they both
go either way, right?
Yeah, neither one to get in front of that freight train. And they just kind of reach their arms out.
So it's Olsen.
Both the Adams sisters do a nice job of putting their head down, and they both have a nice little jump stop and changing it, kind of that power dribble into their shots when they get down in the post.
That's a great shout out. Good call out by Chris Bjorgard. All right, so we've got Adams on the line. I believe this is Kyla, right? 25 is Kyla Adams. Makes both free throws, and she closes the gap. 66-42 in favor of the Orioles. Here's Steph Reuter. Oh, she's got Henderson. Nope, she pulled back, kept the dribble. Now she's being hawked by Tsenga. Over to Henderson. And looking for Skylar. Here comes a big pick by Skylar. She's got to roll to the basket. Oh, she didn't roll, but she rolled out.
Yeah, that's the pick and pop, and we'd rather see the pick and roll.
Yep. There it is. Oh, and she had Amy on the baseline too, and that's going to be tipped out. Oh, Abby Olsen. And then Mogren's going to get hit with the foul, and I think she was shooting, Chris. Yep, they called 2 shots.
2 shots.
So Abby's got 4 fouls. She goes to the line, and that was Mogren's second foul. 9 fouls apiece now. The next one will be in the double bonus for 4. 6:06 left in the first half. Olsen misses. You know, it's just across the board. No one has really been comfortable at the line. The best we've had is LeRae, who made the one and only shot that she had on the N1 play. And Olsen misses the second. Oh, no. Oh, they're going to give her the basket. I think that's on Reuter. .25, the basket was good. And that's Stephanie's second foul, and we've got some substitutions now. So Lauren Resnick and Carly Donald, 2 of the Park Singers, are back into the game. And they replace number 25, Steph Reuter, and 45, Abigail Olsen. And the free throw's no good. Skylar goes high. She brings it down, but she hangs on with it. Uh-oh, now she dribbles into trouble, and now here comes Henderson. Henderson's pushing it quick. She's got numbers. She's going to go all the way. Schultz from 3. A high arcing shot that misses. There's Henderson. She has Resnick. Resnick not looking, but they're going to reset. Now Resnick's going to set a pick. Ooh, she leaned into her a little bit. And Henderson comes off that roll. There's Skylar. Skylar with the left hand. She goes too high. And then Skylar again, and she gets fouled. Uh-oh, is that on the...
if that's on Kyla Adams, that's her 5th, too.
Let's see what they give it to. Yep, 33 is Mogren, I think.
Mogren.
Yep, and that's her 3rd. These last couple minutes could be very interesting for the Lady Spartans. So Skylar Nagorski, they call her Sky Ski. 22, and she makes her first one. Skylar led the season off in the beginning of the season with a very high free throw percentage. Then she went into a little bit of a lull, and now she's back at it again. She's about a 60% shooter, and she missed her. I jinxed her, of course. Every time I do this with you, Chris, Mogren into the front court. Yeah. Now they find the corner. That's Star.
Today is not the day to mention free throw shooting percentage.
Mara had Lauren on the break, and then but she didn't have the dribble. Now she's finding Skylar. Skylar over to Resnick. Takes one dribble back to Nagorski. Nagorski not looking to shoot. Here's Henderson. Henderson goes in.
Be nice
and
if
she
the
goes
Orioles
to
could get Carly Donald a look here.
Yep, I agree. Carly's underneath, and and Amy Schultz with the left-handed basket.
Very pretty left hand there.
And now she goes to the corner. That's Senga. Senga tries to drive on. Oh, and Skylar with the block and the rebound. And now she's looking. Use your dribble, Skylar. There you go. Skylar brings it up. Here comes Schultz. Schultz in the front court. Oh, watch the trap. There she goes. Henderson. Henderson from just inside the arc. No good. Yeah. And that's Skylar. Skylar with the left hand. She can't make it. Oh, just a bunny. Here comes Adams. This will be interesting. Let's see if she goes. She likes to go all the way. Nope, she pulled up from 3. No good. And there's Skylar. And now Henderson. Nope, she saw Amy and she shook her off. Now she goes back to her. Amy goes underneath and she's got to end the one. So interesting, Chris, when she was open, she didn't give it to her. Took a couple dribbles and then she went, here we go. Henderson, just inside the half-court line, finds Amy Schultz. Amy goes up strong without using the dribble. I love it.
Perfect. You don't know what Mara saw. Maybe the girl was looking at her and then she turned her head and that's when she decided that it was time to pass.
Yeah, so Senga is coming off. She might have rolled her ankle a little bit. And Mogren is saddled with her 4th personal. Now it's double bonus for both sides. Oh, Amy goes high off the high arcing shot and misses the free throw. So 4:09 left, 71-44. And here comes Alexa Starr. Oh, a beautiful left-handed shot from the baseline. And then a timeout by the Spartans. So we had an interesting run there. 4:01 here, Chris, left in the second half. St. Louis Park 71 and the Spartans 46. Both teams are in the double bonus with over 10 fouls. And the Spartans are starting to run thin. They've had 2 or 3 girls fall out? 2 girls fall out.
We've had three girls fall out.
Okay.
Or, no, 2. We had Kaylee and Wendland both that fall out.
Wendland, okay.
And we got Morgan and Kyla Adams with 4 fouls right now. So we got 2 more that are on the cusp. But for the sake of the score and the short bench of Richfield, I hope it isn't a foul-ridden 4 minutes.
Yeah, you're right. It's they're going to run out of time here. We also have to consider, if we get to the running time situation of the 30-plus points, because that could shorten it up on them as well.
Yep. So for those that aren't familiar with high school rules, once it reaches 35 points, they go with the running time.
So we've got a standing ovation from some of the Park parents here. And now we've got Skylar Nagorski throwing it in. She finds Henderson. And now everybody breaks away. So the press was a very soft press. Almost by name. Mara dribbles into Mogren and she loses the dribble. Now she kicks it out and that's going to be out of bounds. Mara turns the ball over. Impressive Mogren really being aggressive. And now we're going to see some quick substitutions. So Mara's going to come out, Skylar's going to come out, and now we've got AP and Abigail Olson quickly coming in. 3.5 minutes left, and Mogren bringing it over. She goes cross court. There's Starr over to Stoffel. And Hallow Tyler in the game. There's Mogren from 3. No arc on the ball. Oh, it doesn't get boxed out. Here comes Adams, who kicks it back out to Alexis Starr. And she makes it. That's 2 in a row for Alexis Starr, the 7th grader. The future looks bright. Oh, and there we go. Amy Schultz gets it over the timeline. She dribbles to the corner. And she resets. Nope. And then she gets fouled. It was taken away, and now Amy's going to foul. So that was the frustration play there.
Yeah, a little bit.
I think that's Amy's 3rd foul of the night. So just a little rush there, Chris.
Yeah.
And the double bonus. So Mogren's going to find herself on the line shooting 2. And it'll be interesting to see if the Lady Orioles maybe work a little clock next time down.
Yes. The other thing is Amy's got to know better. Maybe it's a little fatigue at this point, but as soon as you pick up your dribble, Richfield has been trapping that situation all night. So maybe it's just fatigue and Amy forgot or
right.
what. But
well, and Mogren makes the 2nd one. So, the other thing that you almost like to see is that, if somebody picks up their dribble, you got to go help them out too, right?
Yep.
Oh, and Amy missed Lauren wide open in the corner. Now she finds her. Here's Resnick holding. She's being hawked. Oh, and tries to get it into Carly. I think that was the play. Carly couldn't hang on, and now Mogren tries to lean into Abigail Olson, looking for the and one, and she knocks it down.
Good job by Abby, though.
Carly's open. Oh, shoot, she can't hang on. and then she goes to the floor. Here's Holloway Tyler. Finds Adams. Adams goes, fakes left. Now she steps out to 3, and she makes it. What a pretty shot that was. 71-54 now. Here comes Schultz. Schultz being hawked. Let's see if they try to trap. Nope, they're going to let her come over the timeline. Oh, and there's, let's look at AP. AP gets hauled. Oh, there's a foul. That could, how many is that on her? Is that 5?
Yep.
So if that's on 33, that'll be her 5th. That's Mogren. Yep. And I don't know what they're going to have to play with 4. Nope, Senga is going to have to come back in, and I know she hurt her ankle. So now that's it for the bench, Chris. There's no one left, so they've got to go the iron 5 here for the last 2.5.
Oh.
Addie Mae Perkins on the line.
And Kyla Adams is the one with 4, so she's the one that's got to avoid fouls at this point.
Addie Mae makes her first. She's 2 of 3 from the line tonight. Still looking for her first field goal. And the second one is off the front of the, ooh, no rebound there. And here comes Hallow Taylor. Senga goes baseline. AP tries to knock it off, but that's no good. No rebound there. Oh, Carly, ooh, and then Carly goes down hard. Carly battled Adams there. I always forget, that's Kyla Adams, 25. She's gonna go back to the stripe. How many points does she have tonight?
Roughly, I have her for right around 20. This will be her 8th and 9th free throw of the night.
And Nagorski's going to come back in. I think they realized that, oh, we've got Abby and we've got, and Skylar there. Carly went down. I don't know if she got hurt or what, but she was holding her elbow. And the second one is good. So Adams continues to get her points tracking up, and AP is on the baseline. She can run the base, though. She doesn't. 72-56 here from Oriole Arena. Now they're trapping Schultz. She's protecting. She picks up her dribble. Now she goes, oh, and where's the foul? Oh, timeout. That was a nice call by Coach Brian Massey, who saw his guard was stuck without a dribble.
Yep. It's nice to have those at the end of the games, and when you can bail your guards out on that situation.
So with 2:08 left, the Orioles are up 72-56. The Spartans do not have any players left on the bench, and they do have at least one that's got 4 fouls. It'll be interesting to see how they go the rest of the way. The Lady Orioles, with the exception of Olsen, I think Olsen has 4, and Addie Mae Perkins has 3, Amy Schultz has 3, and Mara Henderson has 3. So no one is in too much of trouble. Too much of trouble. How's that? That's good English. Good grammar.
Too much of trouble.
Boy, I tell you, I'm sorry, folks. It's been a long day. So again, if you're interested in ordering a copy, I don't know, Paul, if you have the graphic, but if you're interested in ordering a copy of the game, there it is right there. You can check it out on web streaming on demand, and the DVD is right there. You can just visit ParkTV.org, or you can call the number listed on the screen and order one of these great copies. And the good news is that you can turn the volume down. You don't have to listen to me. You can just enjoy the game. All right, here we go. Resnick throwing it in. She's looking. She goes back to Schultz. Lauren and Amy have been playing together since 5th grade. Longtime friends, on and off the court. Addie Mae Perkins, oh, she finds Abby. Skylar finds Resnick. Resnick too long in the corner. She shot on her way up. And now here comes Holloway Tyler. She carries it over, oh, and there's Adams. Dribbles into a trap over in the corner. Then she finds Stoffel. Stoffel throws up an air ball. Oh, are they gonna out of bounds? It must have hit the end line, right, Chris?
I must have.
Okay. So 1:41 left. And Addie Mae Perkins goes quickly over to Skylar Nagorski. Skylar picks up her dribble. Now she's got to get it over. She finds Amy Schultz. Amy Schultz dribbles to the corner. She's going right in. She misses, but look at Abby Olsen with the cleanup. Abby, right place, right time. 1:22 left. Here's Senga from the baseline. She goes over Olsen, but she leaves it short. Skylar, she almost threw it away. Resnick finds Schultz, and now they've got the fast break. 3 on 3. She picks it up and finds. Oh, there underneath is Abby again. Nice find by Addie Mae Perkins. And Abby Olsen is just feeding on that low block.
And Kyla knew she couldn't make the foul. She couldn't really do anything to contest with her having
1
4.
minute left here. 54 seconds. There's Nagorski. She goes up to Schultz. Schultz is coming out. Oh, I don't know if she sees from behind. She gets fouled, and there's the call. So that could be on star number 5. Remember, she's only, 55. They're going off to, that's Michaela Taylor. And here you can see the break. Look at Addie Mae Olsen finds Abby Olsen, who was way underneath, and she makes it down. Okay, so now we've got, this is Amy Schultz on the line shooting 2. And the basket is no good. So Amy's 1 for 4 from the line. She's had a great game, but unfortunately, our woes from the free throw line tonight are just continuing. It's too bad. And second one's no good. And then Adams with the board. 45 seconds left here. Orioles up 76-56. Oh, and there's, you're gonna call a travel? Nope, that's gonna be on the floor. And that's gonna be on number 24 is Addie Mae Perkins. Her 4th foul. And Kyla Adams is back at the line. And she rolls it in. Good touch. And now we've got wholesale substitutions, and here we go. And they're honoring the seniors tonight. So Addie Mae Perkins is in tears. Amy Schultz is in tears. Abby and Lauren are smiling and giggling over there. They're all having a good time and greeting their friends on the bench. What a nice touch. 41 seconds left. Orioles 76, Spartans 58. Now we've got Camille Mayfield in. She goes over to Carly Donald, who throws it away, and then it gets over. Let's see. Oh, nobody picks it up. There's a carry, but they didn't call it. There's Star from the corner. She looks for Senga. Senga goes into the heart. Oh, no foul there. They're letting them play now. There's Adams, and then they're going to get, an offensive foul, and I think that's her 5th. So with 21 seconds, and a technical foul.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah, that's just frustration right there. Not sure what she said, but Carly Donald is going to go and shoot the technical, I believe. And then is that a player control foul though, Chris? On that one?
That is a player control foul, but there was probably, you said it earlier, they were probably letting him play. There was a couple fouls, I thought, in there.
Yeah.
And then, Kyla tried to force herself in there, and then for some reason, they weren't letting it go. So, unfortunate situation.
Nice. Carly Donald makes the 2nd of 2.
That's her 3rd point of the night, isn't it?
And her 3rd point of the night. So great job, Carly. And then they're going to give her a warm welcome as she comes off. So 21 seconds left, and that's Usra Jara comes into the game. Oh, so they're letting her shoot now. Okay, so the first one was the bonus, and now the technical foul. Usra misses the first. She's coming in cold, Chris. It's got to be tough.
Yeah, that is tough. I'm curious why they let, usually player control falls, you don't get to shoot the.
Yeah, I think they missed that. Oh, there's Usra gets a basket. So she's on the board tonight, and it'll be Oriole basketball. So the Spartans are going to have to play with 4 players right now. Adams hasn't left the floor yet. There she goes. She finally left. So now it's 5-on-4 with 21 seconds left. Somebody should be open. Uh-oh.
Yeah, they're going to call her on the push. They're going to call.
Is that Mayfield?
Yep.
So Camille's going to get the foul, and that's going to put Senga on the line. So that's her first foul. No time off the clock there. So we're still at 21 seconds. 20-point lead right now for the Orioles. 78-58. Mike Resnick, Chris Bjorgard here from St. Louis Park Gymnasium. Senga with a really nice shot. I really enjoyed watching her play at Richfield earlier in the season. They left her open from the corner, and she must have had about 4 or 5 threes on us. And she misses the second. Usura with the rebound. Now Camille's going to try and push it up. 5-on-4. 16 left. 15 seconds. Hannah's in the game. There's Hannah Ellingson. Hannah, and Usura on the pick and roll. Oh, she might have traveled. and she missed the shot. Camille goes in, and there's Hannah underneath at the basket. Hannah Ellingson, offensive rebound on the basket, and that's the ball game right there. So 80-59, and that is the biggest number I think the Orioles have put up all season. You can see them all hugging each other. They're extremely happy. And Coach Massey, good sport, he said, let's hug afterwards. Let's be good sports and shake hands. So Chris, a very exciting night here on senior night. Still a lot of girls in tears down there, and they're all meeting at the center court. Chris, any words on the game? Any final thoughts?
No, just a fitting way for this group to go out as seniors, and very, very happy for them, and I'm glad they're enjoying this moment.
I agree. Well, we want to thank you for tuning in tonight at ParkTV 16. Again, that's going to end our season for broadcast from St. Louis Park girls basketball. The next step will be at Hopkins for the sectionals, and we want to wish them good luck. I also want to thank Paul for all his hard work, and Kurt, thanks for being on the camera tonight. Again, from St. Louis Park, the Lady Orioles 80 and the Spartans from Richfield 59. We'll see you next time.